الصورة بتاعت ريس جيمس.
It's very
All
nice picture.
right. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Midfield Battle. I would say another episode, but it feels pretty new. For once, we're showing our ugly faces when we're actually bringing it over, and we have a new guest too. So I'll introduce myself, which is weird. It's like the 40th episode, but I feel like it's mandatory, especially if we're bridging onto new platforms. My name's Roberto. I'm the host, born and raised in Rome, Italy. As you can tell, big Roma fan. And that's the reason why you see De Rossi's calves as the logo of this thing, because my favorite player, and there's no way I'm changing that. Essam, Issa, what am I mixing up already? Great to have you guys back, but I think same way, we got to introduce you as well. Issa, kick us off.
Hello, nice to meet you officially. My name is Issa. I'm from Amman, Jordan. As you can tell, and from here, and from wait 1 second, from here, big Chelsea fan since my childhood, and we're the world champions.
Unbelievable. Who would have ever thought that was going to be the case? E, bring some more glory into this.
Yeah, I mean, you guys should know me by now as the hot takes, but it's finally nice to have the camera here, so the hot takes feel even more personal. And as you know, I have to rep for the first episode 15 times
Oh,
Champions League winners.
oof. Gonna hard to beat that.
Ah,
We'll get there eventually. Maybe 15 points under Juric. That was the start of that season, as you were showing in the background earlier. And finally, last but not least at all, we actually get to bring a new guest just to make him bring in more Jordanians to the podcast.
Mhm.
Rakan, nice to meet you. As you follow, and favorite
Nice to meet
team.
you too, guys. I want to start off by saying thank you for having me on this podcast. I'm excited, very excited, and it's an honor to be here. As Rob said, the name's Rakan. I'm a Bayern Munich fan, and a pretty recent one at that. As you can
Uh-huh.
also tell, he is my favorite player, one of the players of all time. And yeah, I'm excited to be here and to give some hot takes, as I saw said. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you already started with that. Was your favorite player? Was he truly stoppable on his day at Bayern, or what?
Oh, everyone was able to stop this player. It's crazy. He was able to do nothing and everything at the same time. What a
Did
signing! What a signing!
did you cry tears upon his move for his hair transplant?
I was actually so devastated that he was going to get a transplant. So, because as you can see here, he has a beautiful hairline. But I guess he'll be him. He'll definitely be a forgettable player at the club.
And would you say from the background in your picture, is someone like did he put them down, or are they just trying to tackle him knee high or something, trying to take
So
him out?
here's the thing: Leroy Sané has infinite aura. Defenders fall in front of him as he dribbles to eventually miss the 1v1, not because he missed the 1v1, but because to show the world how humble of a football player he is and to give other players like Musiala, Bellingham, Pedri, Yamal a chance at this sport. He is a very humble man. He is my role model in life.
Who would have thought the the rise to stardom after he left Man City, and we were fighting for him in fantasy prem. And look at us now. It's great to have two of the top two in the league, and then myself and Isa of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fantasy league, and we'll see how it actually
oh,
proceeds
I
later.
was third in the league.
Oh, you finished third? Oh, good.
I
Never
think
mind.
I
It's
think I
me
finished
and
third. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't be
No,
surprised. You probably did.
you finished fifth, I think.
What
Damn.
the hell? What's this fall off
Hassan
from
finished
craze?
third. I know Hassan
Okay.
finished third.
Okay. Oh, who cares? Moving on.
Whatever. We'll bring it
A year
on
to
next
There's
forget.
season.
always next season.
A
There's
year to
always next
forget.
season. Year. All right, let's start in straight in. As you appropriately introduced that, Isa, like there's no way other way to kick off this first episode with why is it always Chelsea? I'll bring up a few teams and the teams in the history, but a bit more relevant than Sane. We're talking Barca 2012,
Hmm.
uh, uh,
Munich 2012.
Bayern 2012, Man City. What was it? 2021, Isa, and now PSG 2025. Some of the greats among the past 15 years, some of the best teams we've seen and all, but they all crumbled when they faced the mighty dysfunctional clown club that is Chelsea FC.
Excuse
Isa,
Mm,
walk
yourself.
me through it because you're probably the only one who can say it. And you somehow were saying it even before the game. There's text receipts of why is it always you guys that actually pull this off.
Okay, first of all, yeah, we are that voodoo club that everyone should now fear to play when we are in the final because we do have a good record in the final. Just under Pochettino, we kind of like we're like nah. We had the Tottenham genes in him, so we couldn't win any trophies with him.
Cannot
But
beat that.
prior to the PSG game, I remember I was texting E. I was telling him on paper, hypothetically speaking, Chelsea PSG is a great matchup for Chelsea because every time PSG face a team with a stable midfield and stable backline, or not backline, at least the fullbacks, they kind of struggle. And I was giving examples to the Botafogo game where Botafogo scored a goal early on and then defended for their lives for the rest of the game. And Villa at home outclassed PSG. We're gonna like even though PSG won 2-0 up, Villa absolutely played the games of their lives. I would tell you that. So on paper, it looked like we had a good matchup. I never expected it to actually materialize and turn into an actual Chelsea. Like, what was the doghouse? Like, they were chasing them, they were ready. And I was surprised. First 10 minutes, I was like lost for words. And I was like, okay, even if we lose this game, I'm happy with what I saw. There is potential here. But no, it turned out no, we can have an end product as well, which is crazy. I'm not used to seeing a striker being able to score goals. It's something new for me. And yeah, why I always Chelsea is because we have some black magic. A lot of Africans support us, and they have those black magic. You know about Yaya Toure and his agent, of course, doing what they did to Pep
True.
Guardiola. I'm certain there was juju being done in the play there. So yeah,
Insane. And we'll definitely dive into all the Chelsea even later when we're talking about their signings, their strikers, because it's insane how everything is working wonderfully for them. But how does this like change the advice about PSG? Like, are they still the best club in the world? And compared to like other recent teams, because my point is like they've never faced like big teams as much as like some of the great past teams we're seeing until this Club World Cup. So Rico, like you've seen them now against Bayern. Like
yes.
besides the injury, what? How did
Mhm.
you feel that game?
So let's be real, Rob. I entered this game fully confident that we're going to lose. This is Company's first season. He was going into the final stretch of last season with a handful of injuries. Let's be real. With Davies out, Musiala coming in for his first match in like probably a month and a half, I was nervous. Then the game kicked off, and from the first minute, we were playing incredible pressing football. Like, I was incredibly impressed. I was convinced that this team can show up in front of big teams, and technically the biggest of the season being PSG, the UCL
Mm.
winners. But unfortunately, towards the end of the first half, the grueling injury that Musiala suffered that completely derailed the game. Let's be real. There have been reports that the team's morale was pretty much destroyed, and going into the second half, we still performed very well against PSG. Our defense was insane. Jonathan Tah proved to be an insane defender, a
Mm.
very good signing. Where most fans believed he'd be a good backup, when in reality, I am fully rooting for him to be a starter at the team. We saw Upamecano play a masterclass, maybe hopefully starting to refine his craft versus big teams. But unfortunately, we all know that football has a lot of luck, regardless of skill, of coaching, of individual performance. You still need a bit of luck, and football was not on our side in that match. But we proved to be one of the stronger opponents to face PSG this season. Keep in mind that we have already beaten PSG in the Champions League run during the group
group
phase.
stages.
Yes.
Exactly.
And yeah, as I said, we were very unfortunate to not win that match. That was it was a beautiful display of team tactics. Keep in mind that this is missing out on Davies, Musiala's first game back in a while. We have a lot to prove next season, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
How
yeah,
how do you feel about now with the the injury effect on Musiala and what it can do to the rest of the team. Like who's picking up that number 10 spot? How is Bayern going to adapt to that afterwards?
So that's the thing. There have been a lot of rumors, and as some say, Bayern have become the interest and reject FC of the recent transfer window. But as you can tell, the club are pushing really hard to sign a backup 10 or cam role, and more importantly, a left winger. So,
Mm.
in terms of Musiala, we have a very, very talented academy player known as Paul Banner. He's been playing with the under 21 team and division, and he's an insane player. Hopefully, he can fill in Musiala's shoes. But I honestly do not know who's going to fill that number 10 role. We do have a few profiles that have previously played as number 10, being Kimmich and Leimer, but we all know that's not really reliable for a team as with a bigger caliber as Bayern Munich. So
What about Olise?
Olise is an amazing 10, but you tell me, who will we play on the right?
This is
We
where I
virtually
think
have two wingers.
if you get a winger, let's say you get any winger who can be versatile, at that point you can maybe shift Olise as a 10, and it would make sense.
That can
So
work, and there are talks about another very talented under 21 academy player known as Lennon Carl. I think Big E is very familiar with him. He can also fill in that right wing role, while Olise can play as a 10. So, I mean, the transfer market's still open. A lot can happen. We all saw what happened with the Olise transfer last season. No leaks, nothing. Last minute, Olise, here we go. So the club may be cooking something in silence, or we may be completely doomed. So
yeah,
we'll
I'm
have to find
curious
out.
about your wingers too. And E, feel free to jump in because you definitely know more about this stuff. Bayern is not your typical club that will go in for 70, 80, 100 million
Oh, no,
signings. They'll
definitely not.
search
Mhm.
Paul Olise out of their hat. And
Mhm.
so, who are the real targets that could really help them out?
So there are a few targets, and given company's tactics, he is looking for a left winger with a high work rate, a left winger that can drop back in defense when needed. All right. So this
Rodrigo.
is where the whole transfer market saga kicks in. Virtually, we are interested in every single left winger.
Right.
I mean, the club went for Gittins, but were too late, lost them to Chelsea. The club, obviously, the big shameful transfer saga of Florian Wirtz
Mm.
that took up half of the transfer window and just completely destroyed our reputation. And then,
Well, that's
like
crazy.
the new up and coming candidates kick in. First of all, my favorite candidate, but a candidate I'd love to see, but unfortunately will never fit the company system, Rafael Leao.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
a very talented player, a player that can break the lines of defense, can do full sprints. But let's be real, the guy has almost zero work rate and will never drop back in defense.
Exactly. That's not
Yes,
exactly what
I can
company would
tell,
want.
yeah, that he's a player that will never fit the Bayern profile, so we can put him aside. All right. Next,
I'll give you a winger. I'll give you one winger real quick.
yes.
Mudrik for 20 million pounds.
If he comes fully booked with his roids, then okay.
Does the ban carry over, or does it
Uh,
just
his
end?
He's
roids,
banned in Europe for 4 years, so yeah, it does
Okay,
carry
Europe.
over.
there's that. There's
You
that.
can use them next Club World Cup.
Yeah, true, true.
He'll be
So
28 by then, 27.
I'd probably
Um,
be the best player on earth by then. Anyways, then there's the more realistic candidate, the one that most bombers have been dropping about, is Luis Diaz.
Mm.
Luis Diaz is a
ah,
winger I appreciate very much and is incredibly versatile. He is a left winger that has a very high work rate, can drop back in defense, and also can function as a backup striker, where most of the Premier League season for Liverpool he played as a striker, which is a profile we're actually looking for. Harry Kane has been playing for 2 seasons with no backup. So my only issue with Luis Diaz right now is that a player at his age, which is 29, with I believe 2 years left in his contract at Liverpool, should
yes.
cost nowhere near £100 million. That's
Correct.
just insane. That is just insane. And the fact
The
that
market,
Bayern Munich sent a starting bid of around 60 or I think £67 million is crazy.
67.5, yeah. That's a
That's
lot.
crazy because there are a lot of other profiles that can fit that for maybe a bit more expensive.
The one
So
that Big E is wearing,
exactly,
Rodrigo.
exactly.
Yes. But
So
we're
Was
not
that
letting him go for
Rodrigo
less than
kid?
100.
Is it a
Sorry?
Rodrigo kid?
No, no, it's just
No,
Cruz. Of course, it's not
Ah,
Rodrigo.
of
Oh,
well,
okay.
course it's
Hey,
true.
no, fair enough,
biggest
fair
what
enough.
if in our club's history.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
a player's profile who fits very well, and I believe is worth every penny, is Rodrigo. Rodrigo goes from Madrid. Thing is, our club is run by two old washed geezers that do not care
Monsters.
about the sporting directive or anything. They just want to see their favorite players at the club, whether they succeed or not. And when they don't, they blame it on the sporting director and the coach, and they end up getting sacked. That's the reality of the club nowadays.
Sounds like this Roma story. Really does
Yes,
sound like
Yeah.
Roma
exactly.
to me.
Exactly. And what I find incredibly disappointing, but at the same time strategic, upon companies' hirement, I guess, there was one thing they made clear to company: you have no say in transfers, which is a good and bad thing. Company being a coach that came out of a championship and with a 1 year experience with Prem, yes, he somewhat still needs experience when it comes to talent profile, so maybe he shouldn't be as involved in transfers. But then again, he is the coach. He's the one that picks the players, he's the one that creates the systems, the tactics, everything. So for him to literally be just a coach on field, a puppet virtually for the old
Right.
geezers, being Uli Hoeneß and Karl Heinz Rummenigge, um, it's just very disappointing to see the state at which the club has reached. And if they go for Luis Diaz, he will be an impact player. Will he be a player fit enough to re-achieve our European glory? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I believe that the money he would cost can be invested in better areas at the club. Maybe find a new defender, a better midfielder, some younger talents. Because spending Liverpool's demanded 100 million on Luis Diaz is virtually insane,
You're
insane,
funding
and
Hugo
especially for a
Ekitike.
player, yeah, especially for a player who has worse overlying stats than my goat, which is insane to think about. So yeah, yeah,
Especially given
Bring
your
back Leroy
track record.
Sané.
Yeah,
yep.
Bring back
maybe that
Sané
would
on
have been
loan. Bring him back on
the
loan.
solution.
You know what? I wouldn't put it past them that I would come back at loan, like for a loan. I totally imagine that happen.
What if Gala need to do that in order to afford the Osimhen? And we'll talk a lot about
Oh my
strikers later.
god.
Yes, definitely.
So they have to
That'd be
offload
so funny.
Sané
The cycle of
and send him
strikers.
back. He can take
Uh,
number 10 too. It's available this year.
oh, it
So that
is. It is
no, no,
because he's
surely
dead.
that would be messed up.
Because
That would be
that'd be
messed
E,
up.
funny.
That would be messed up.
Chip in, especially on the original point, because we're seeing this Bayern team now, and it still wouldn't be the same Bayern of the one that dominated just a few years ago or what we've seen in the past
Sure.
decade. You've seen all sorts of great teams, especially in the past decade, and
Mhm.
you've seen PSG destroy you guys in the semi, but then again, it's like maybe not the same thing. How do
Yeah,
you
I
feel
wouldn't say
them?
this. So
Right, that's the
It
point.
was, it
So, how
was
do you feel they
destroying.
compare compared
Eh,
to these
it
great
was
teams that
bad.
we've seen in the past decade?
No, I mean, I definitely think they're up there just because of how well run they are when they play.
Okay.
So, when you watch them play, you see a team that has structure, you see a team that has identity, and, they have something that they're playing for. I mean, their kickoff strategy alone is something we haven't seen in a while, if
It
ever.
has been nullified. It has been nullified. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and
Just
then
kick
Chelsea
the
just
ball
gave it
back.
back to them.
Kick the ball
Gave it back
back.
to them.
Very simple solution.
Yeah, and then like it's what's impressive is you look at their midfield and their midfielders aren't, the big strong types. Joao Neves is I don't even know, like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
Vitinha's the same thing. Fabian is yeah, he's tall, but he's kind of skinny in comparison to the big midfielders. And the difference is they run and they love going in for 50-50s. They love it. When they see a 50-50 opportunity, they're jumping in, immediately fighting for the ball. So I think they're definitely up there just because of how they play.
May I
Now,
ask you
on
a
paper,
question, real
yeah.
quick, before you jump into your next point? Okay, if you say they're
Mhm.
up there, I'm just gonna ask you guys a quick question, real quick. Would you rather take this PSG side or the 2022 or 2023 Man City side that did the treble?
Yeah, very good question.
Who do you take?
I
Thank you.
take City.
City. Okay.
Is that the City team that did the 4-0 on Madrid on the second leg?
Okay.
Yes.
So this is
In
yes, it is
between the 2 years that Madrid won the Champions League,
Hmm.
that's the
correct.
years that now they've been facing each other every year because UEFA decides so. And that City kills them off, goes wins the treble, and could have done even more.
Okay, so we're saying City are better. We can all agree that
Yeah.
2012 or 2011 Barcelona are better. Like, there's no
Yeah,
comparison there. I'm sorry. Like,
Mhm.
the narrative that PSG are better than 2011 Barcelona is out of
No,
this,
that's
like,
insane. Like
mentally
top
ill.
five. Yeah,
And I would even make the argument for, sorry, the last point, that Bayern Munich that did the sextuple are better.
oh,
yeah.
no, definitely. There's no
What
argument
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Mhm.
but like I'm seeing a lot of PSG fans like on social media, especially like big upping themselves, even though like they did a great thing. Don't get me wrong. It's just they're farmers in the end of the day. I'm gonna say this from the bottom of my heart. You are not good enough.
I mean, all
it's
PSG
like
fans are new too, so they didn't
right.
watch 2012 Barcelona or 2013 Bayern Munich. They
They
were
used to
not there.
support them. They used to support them.
They used to support them.
You mean they're not fans since the Ronaldinho or JJ Okocha days and whatnot?
Oh, David
They probably
Beckham
weren't there
being
during the
dearlifted.
Messi days, bro. Some of these are new.
They haven't lived through the Lyon domination of France over the early
They'd be
2000s.
surprised. They'd be surprised that Mbappe played for PSG.
To that point.
Maybe that's pushing.
They
That's it. I would
were
argue
not there.
even COVID Bayern, like 2020 Bayern, probably has a chance over them for how good they were.
Oh,
What do you
Oh
100%.
think?
no, they 100% are better than them.
100%.
1,000,000%. That
100%.
Bayern, that Bayern team did unspeakable things to Barcelona. I'm just gonna put it there.
Yeah,
Like
they've
that
done
by itself.
unspeakable things to everyone. Like some people
Mhm.
Yeah,
argue, oh, so they missed two legs due to COVID. Oh, trust me, they've filled in enough to fill in these two legs.
that's
So
very
winning
true.
8-2 in one leg and 3-0 in the other is a lot. You
They
can
did.
split
You
things
did
as
7-1
much
on
as you
us.
like.
You did 7-1 on us or
7-1 on
7-2
Chelsea.
or
Also, keep
7-2
in
actually.
mind, there was like 3 months of break between the first and second leg of the Chelsea game.
Yes.
So this proves that they're
But
still competitive.
I'm gonna just tell you from now. Sorry, we really went off track, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Caballero was starting a goal at Tabi Abraham was starting as our striker. Please understand, we were playing our team that didn't care. We were there just for the vibes. We were going to Bavaria just to have a couple of beers and go home. That's simple as.
I don't understand. You got rid of that striker very well for 40 million to us, and that wasn't the problem.
Yeah, but where is he now?
Now he's next to Leroy Sané.
oh god.
He didn't
Same
wait. He
Dream
city.
went to
team.
Fenerbahce.
He went to Besiktas.
Wait, when did this happen?
The dream team.
Like less than a month ago, I would say, because we needed the money. We always need money by end of June, so I
Is
said,
Turkey the
go,
new
go.
Saudi league?
Honestly, like Turkey is coming up with like if they actually land the Osimhen for whatever 70 million deal, like it makes you think like whatever bank deals they're making or something to like grow the league.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
maybe.
mean, Turkey has always been like that, like low key. They've always had big washed players
But
come and play.
Osimhen, like you could argue Osimhen was going
Wesley
to
Snyder. Wesley Snyder's
Wesley
prime example.
Sneijder,
okay, but those were actually
Drogba,
like older or whatever.
Eto'o.
Obviously, he's Turkish, but Kokchu, the Turkish
Hmm.
Ah,
midfielder that
Yeah,
was at
for
Benfica,
Benfica.
Benfica.
he's at Benfica. I was expecting him to go into any like slightly higher level, like
Hmm.
he could have fit perfectly at Dortmund or whatever club you want as next up and coming talent, even though he's a bit older, but not even. He's still rather
I
young.
could see him
Goes
at
to
Atletico
Besiktas.
Madrid.
He went to Besiktas.
Yeah, that's
It's
weird.
his
Maybe he
boyhood
wants to go
club as
home.
well.
Yeah, he wants to go home. It makes sense, I think.
Yeah, I get it. Wants to go home, but his hair is fine. He doesn't need like that
May-
immediacy of it.
he has a dream of winning the Champions League for Besiktas. I am telling you
I
from
know
now.
it.
Yeah.
Football manager at dream.
Yeah, football manager on career mode type shit. It's like if I would try to say with Roma or anything like that. Okay,
I don't
so we established our points on PSG. They still, I think, remain obviously the best team looking this year. Then again, we haven't seen them. They got lucky. Lucky. I mean, it was a great 2 legs against Liverpool,
know.
uh, and go through on pens. We haven't seen them against Barcelona, probably the final that we all wanted to see, except
Oh, that
for
would have been
he
amazing.
probably is a Madrid fan. But is it still, or do they still have your 2025 Ballon d'Or favorites? Or who is your true favorite for this year's Ballon d'Or? Is it still a Dembele, or is suddenly Issa going to make claims for Cole Palmer based off two summer games?
No, it's Dembele. It's Dembele. No
Yeah,
debate.
I think I
No
do.
debate.
Yeah.
I think it's
Like
if
I'm
you
so.
want to go crazy, you can go Vitinha
Oh, yeah.
because of how
This
good he
was
Uh,
a
was in the
fair world.
Nations League as well.
the Vitinha gimmick is crazy. I'm sorry.
Hey, if Rodri could do it, if Rodri could do it,
I mean, yeah.
so can Vitinha.
Was Carvajal
Uh,
your pick for last year as well, E? Or
Yep.
Oh,
Yes, he was. He was over
that would have been
Issa.
awesome. That would have been really cool, by the way. I would have loved to see Carvajal win the Ballon d'Or. A defender
Exactly.
winning the Ballon d'Or, it would have been amazing.
And he
yeah,
Wait, why
was
not?
one of Spain's most important players as well. For
Why
anyone that
not
was
Nuno
watching.
Mensch? Nuno Mensch.
based on that final performance, drop him out of
Forget
the
that.
entire Ballon d'Or.
I'm saying forget the final performance. Bro won the Euros. What? Not the Euros. Sorry, the Nations League, the champion, and
Mhm.
all the things he won with PSG, and he's a
Yes,
finalist in the Club World Cup.
he deserves
He has
top
more
10.
of a legit claim.
Definitely.
He has more of a
Oh,
legit claim
definitely
than
does.
Yamal. I'm telling you this. He has
Yeah,
more of a
I
legit
agree.
claim than Yamal.
Something we will tackle right now regarding the whole Yamal fiasco.
oh yes,
Yes,
Yes, we really need to do that.
because there are a lot
exactly,
of
exactly.
loopholes regarding that.
Like
Oh my
he's the
god.
youngest ever to turn 18.
That's true. He's still
Yeah, good
17
for
uh,
years
Raul
old.
Paul here.
lovely 18 party. What a
Yeah,
party, by the way. What a
that
Did
is
you
party.
see
something.
his official number 10 jersey that they dropped yesterday or whatever? It's like
Hmm.
$165 or something for the full kit.
Mhm.
I mean,
Huh?
that's gonna sell. I mean, that's good marketing.
What? Wait,
Exactly.
wait. What do you
Yeah.
mean? $160 or euros or what pounds? What are we talking here? What currency?
I wouldn't be
Let me
surprised
let
it's
me check.
euros, actually.
I think it is 165 euros.
Right.
Euros?
That's, I
That's
think, the meme or
insane.
picture I saw.
That's
Actually,
insane.
it's 185 euros
Oof.
on the Barcelona official
And
store.
it will sell. It'll get sold out. Don't
Hmm.
worry about it. They will buy it.
You can buy two jerseys for that price. I'm gonna be real with you.
Hmm.
Just like
That's crazy.
Chelsea with their strikers when they switch from Ekitike to two better players who individually are better than that pile of wood.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with watch Akitike ball out for Liverpool. I'm not like I wouldn't be
Fun
surprised.
fact: Ekitike is spelled Ekitike the same backwards.
The same way backwards. I wanted to tell
Yep.
you that. That's funny.
Damn, we've
I wanted
fallen
to see
off.
that.
We're already doing these type of things. We've fallen off.
What happened to the
Becoming,
podcast I love?
we're becoming
So
philosophers.
I have a question for you guys. Do you think Lamine Yamal deserves second place in the Ballon d'Or?
No, no.
Will he get
Rafinha.
it?
Rafinha. Why
Will
are
he get
people
it?
Rafinha,
forgetting
100%.
about Rafinha?
Yeah.
Rafinha or Vitinha. These should be the three. Dembele, then Rafinha, Vitinha. I don't care which order, but these are the three.
Yeah, I agree. That's a very good one. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Like
Like okay,
Yamal
because
is. Yeah, go on, please. I'm so sorry. I'll go into an
where's
unforgivable rant.
where I mean you can go off that, but the point is like at that point, like where is Salah in your top five?
Fifth.
He's
A
not
solid
coming.
fifth.
Yeah.
I mean, Salah had an insane season for Liverpool.
Hey.
Who I'm surprised why people are discrediting what he did in the Prem, arguably the toughest league out of the top five. I mean, he had a record-shattering season. I think an all-time high goal assist season for him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think
Has
so.
to be.
insane.
Goal
Yeah.
goal
Insane.
and assist, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Goal
obviously not
contribution.
goals, but
The
goal
goals,
contribution.
no, because Haaland still holds that. So,
Hmm.
but goal contributions definitely, and he had an insane season. He performed almost
Single-handedly saved the Issa
exactly.
fantasy.
Yep.
The only reason I finished second.
Chris Wood, the goat.
Oh yeah, Wood should be in the Ballon d'Or shouts. I'm so sorry. What
There
do
you
you
go.
mean?
This
Low key. Low
He took
key.
Nottingham. He took Nottingham from a relegation team to Europa League after
Issa.
what's their names got
Chris Wood is nominated for the Super Ballon d'Or. Please,
with
please,
Leroy Sané.
please be
With
very
Leroy
respectful to the
Sané.
goat. With Leroy Sané, of course.
which will be a tough competition between the two. And
Without-
you were going off on the rant against Yamal, Lisa. How did I
oh
dare
God.
stop you?
Okay. Yamal is overrated. Okay, he has an eye test. Cool. He's cool. Whatever. He's good. Yes, he's young. However, is he the best? Nowhere near. Mbappe in his first season at Real Madrid did much better than Yamal. Oh, no, no, don't shake your head. His stats are better. Don't shake your
As a
head.
Madrid fan, shaking his head is crazy.
Don't
That's
shake
big.
your head. He's an
It
anti
should be the
Yeah,
other
Mbappe.
way around, if anything.
He's anti Mbappe. He's anti Mbappe. I've known him
no,
personally.
I'm
He's
just
anti
pro eye test. I'm just pro eye test.
I ain't eye test. I am pure GA.
With
Anyways,
pure metrics.
Yamal, okay, sure. Where was he in the Inter game? Ghosting. Where was he in
Damn,
the?
that's big.
where,
Ghosting.
where, where is he in the Club World Cup on the beach? Like seriously, Dembele showed up in everything. Rafinha. By the way, the first half of the season was absolutely outstanding. Like I
Mhm.
don't get Barcelona have their agenda, fair enough, but Rafinha, what he did in the first half of the season cannot be stepped on. They cannot say Yamal is their best player. No, it's not. It's Rafinha. Rafinha played simply extraordinary football. And I would argue even Pedri is a more impact player than Yamal.
I
So
mean,
I'm just a
maybe.
Yamal hater. I'm a Yamal hater. Don't think about it.
Rico, you wanted to join in on that, right?
So, thing is about Yamal, let's all agree that someone for his age, like top five leagues, if not all of the leagues, no one has achieved what he has achieved. Being a starter for the biggest international team and one of arguably the biggest clubs in Europe is an insane feat, maybe that has been replicated since the Ronaldo and Messi days, right?
Cole Palmer exists, buddy.
And that guy has had insane impact on all the games he's played. Yes, he'll ghost every now and then because, I mean, let's be real, he's still a kid. He's yet to get the experience he needs. But for Barcelona fans to throw Rafinha under the bus and push Yamal to the moon is insane. This proves to show that most Barcelona fans don't watch games at all. They do not know who literally lifted their club to the La Liga, the Copas, everything.
Yeah.
Rafinha, yes, he's not a skillful player, but he gets the job done. This is what the team needs. The days of Ronaldinho skill moves, oh, single one player performance. Yeah, we're past those days in football. You need a clinical finisher, a dangerous finisher. Rafinha almost always knows where to be in the box, how to break through the lines, counters especially. Yes, Yamal gives him insane service, insane crosses, insane passes, but at the end of the day, Rafinha is there to finish the job. Something
Mhm.
a lot of clubs lack these days in football. All clubs, I
Yeah.
mean, Bayern have Musiala, Chelsea have Palmer, Madrid have Bellingham, etc., etc. Without a critical finisher, without a very strong and talented player in the box, your team can't achieve anything. So yes,
But
Yamal is an
you're forgetting
yes.
Lewandowski is their striker. Rafinha also plays more of a playmaker on the left.
I
So
know, but
It's even more
he's
impressive, if anything.
yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not
Lewandowski
discrediting him.
has done his job and extra. Okay, but
Yeah.
back to the whole Ballon d'Or shouts. I think this is mostly a like I wouldn't say a PR stunt, but more of like a PR mess up, where there are a
Yeah.
lot of like children fans for Barcelona wanting to push a guy or a child or a teenager their age, seeing it as something insane. Oh, he's so cool, carrying JBLs,
The
wearing
PR is
jerseys.
insane. The PR is
PR is
insane.
insane. The
It's
PR is insane.
insane.
So for him, he's definitely a top five for Ballon d'Or, and that's an insane feat for someone his age and virtually his first real season at the club. But for you to shout like Yamal first or second place, no, that's criminal
Yeah.
given the season. And there have been a lot of other players that have achieved a lot more. People are simply forgetting about players like Betinia, as you guys said, players like Desire Doué, who's also 20 years old, he's a rising star. Players like Harry Kane, who everyone seemed to forget what he achieved this season. I mean, sure, it's his first
How many
trophy, but
goals did he score?
let me check real quick.
Was it in the 40s this season? I think it was in the 40s,
Yeah,
no?
yeah. Harry Kane has scored. Where is it?
Maybe
So this
more,
is
I think.
24-25 season. Why is
He's
this
I think
problem?
he scored all competitions. I'm gonna guess it's in the 50s.
So he scored 26 goals in the Bundesliga and
Okay,
11 goals in the Champions League, which is an insane feat.
so under
Let
40.
me make
Okay.
sure of these numbers because AIs may be stupid at times.
They forgot a few games.
So yeah, these
Well,
are
he was
correct numbers.
injured for a bit too.
He
Oh
was
yeah, he
injured for a good
does.
while.
He
So
was.
overall, he's had 41 goals this season and 14 assists for a total of 51 goal contributions.
Ah,
Insane
there.
Hmm.
for a
That's
guy
and he's
his
in his
age.
30s. He's in his
And he's in his
30s.
30s. Exactly. People tend to forget that. Mbappe, insane season. Yes, eye test doesn't really prove that, but he was there to finish. He was there to score. Sometimes he was the detrimental player. Sometimes he was the most important player.
He was let down in the
Another,
Clasico, for example. He was
exactly,
really let.
Yeah,
exactly.
he was the only
So
player who showed up that game.
Yeah.
exactly, and for Barcelona fans and all of their PR dogs to push Yamal to win the Ballon d'Or, it's crazy in my opinion. It would be a shame to football if he won that trophy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he's talented. Yes,
His
but
time will
not.
come. His time
He
will
was
come.
not the best this season.
I think
Simply.
that's like the key word, Issa. You said it there. It's like the
Yes.
idea of like his time will come. He's literally 18,
Hmm.
18. And he
Especially.
will have 5, 10 years, depending on his parties. If he
Probably
will turn
more.
into a if he'll turn into a Ronaldinho who just parties it away or just makes the most of it. But it's this rush of like, let's get it out. It's like trying to rush Jack Boys 2 instead of having
Oh
a
Mhm.
God.
proper art coming out like when it needs to be.
Wiggly woo. Wiggly wiggly woo.
But
Woo.
therefore, they're pushing that. While meanwhile, they have Rafinha, who they wanted his head at the start of the season, had
Yes.
the best season at the
Yes.
club. And it's almost like they're still not satisfied because they're not pushing it. And it's not because of that Ballon d'Or close to Leeds, which would be hilarious that they give them
That-
25 million
Wait,
because
there's
of
an
that.
actual, there's a clause
Yes,
for
yes.
Yeah,
25
25
million clause
million. Damn.
if
Leeds,
you
we pray,
win.
all of Leeds, the journalists will be
Like,
voting
all of
for
Leeds is all
Rafinha.
like Brazilian fans now, so because they say he saved them from relegation just to get relegated the next season after, and because of this clause, which would
Oh
save their
my
market.
God. That'll be
And
so funny.
so, sure, push Pedri. Pedri is it's the first full season in a bit that he was there playing the full year, and you see the difference of how important he is along with
He's
Frankie.
world class. He's world class.
They're
On
world
God, he is
class.
world class.
They're well, we talked about the best midfields in Europe. Name of the pod, even. Talk about Barca's, talk about PSG's, and it all makes sense of why they had such good seasons. But like to push that away just because you're so excited about this youngster because he reminds you of Messi, even though they're not really exactly the same thing. No, his time will come, and it's
I
crazy
think
to see it.
they should naturally let him develop as a player. To keep the
We're
PR out of
all
his keep the
hmm,
PR out of his perspective. Like, don't shine the light on him this like brightly. Let the boy
Save him.
develop. He's still 18. Like, this is the
Yeah.
reason I don't like him, man. Every time I open my feed, it's always, oh, your man was out on a beach with this girl. Oh my God, your man was on a boat. Bro, I don't care. I don't care. If he scores a wonderful goal, okay, cool, amazing. But I don't care if he's on a boat or in Mykonos doing some dumb shit or something. I don't care. Let me live. Enough PR of your man. Enough. It's too much.
bro. But he said obrigado to the waitress.
Oh my
Obrigado.
God.
You have to know that.
Oh my
What
God.
about that? That's a point. So if they're not trying to realistically make the claim anymore, because Dembele should get the Ballon d'Or this year, the claim now that I'm seeing based on nostalgia factor that, or short memory that he's the best teenager ever, just because at his age he had a better
No,
stat line that Messi or Ronaldo who broke through maybe the following year.
No,
he's
That's
not.
it.
no.
He's
I
not.
think
He's
that's
not.
fair. I mean, as a 17-year-old, Messi and Ronaldo weren't doing what he was doing, what he is doing
If you're
at
going down to
17.
the numbers, sure. Yeah, if exactly. Talk about best teenagers or you're taking 18, 19 years old. There's
Estevao next
R9.
season.
Oh, no, no. Mbappe won
There's
a World
R9
Cup at
here.
19. Come on.
Right.
Yeah, but 17, we're talking like under 18. It's
Yeah.
can't even
Callum
drink
Hudson
yet, you know.
Adoy. Callum Hudson Adoy. Let's
And
just
let's
see.
be real. Let's be real. Messi and Ronaldo had insane competition. Like during
Yeah.
their days, during
Mhm.
the 07s, 08s, they had legends playing against them in their league, and they still outshone the current Yamal. Whether you like it or not, Barcelona fans. They outshone him a lot, like
Actually,
at
so
his age. So yeah.
okay, I agree.
That wraps it up in terms of this. Let's try to bring it back and properly conclude this whole Club World
Uh-huh.
Cup chapter. Chelsea
Yep.
fan will obviously agree. Madrid fan, I'm not so sure, and Bayern either. But would you
I
say
could not
that
for
this
Bayern.
tournament overall was a success after all?
100%. 100%.
100%.
Yes.
I enjoyed
Wow.
it a
I
lot.
loved every
I
single second of this tournament.
Wow, I wasn't expecting such positivity. Maybe I brought
I'm a
three fans who.
I'm gonna be very real with you. Seeing these South American teams play was such a joy to
Hmm.
Hell
watch.
yes.
Except
That, yes.
Flamengo. Except Flamengo. Fuck Flamengo. I hate them with an undying passion.
we, we,
But
we, we had your revenge for you. Don't worry.
I was literally a Bayern fan in that game. I was telling Rakan during that game, I will literally die on a mountain for Bayern Munich if they beat Flamengo. Simple as.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, realistically, it's because, I watch the Brazilian teams, I watch Al Ahly every now and then, the Saudi League, and to see finally people watching these teams and realizing how good they are and how
Hmm.
good they play. And Al Hilal went band for band with Manchester City.
That was
And you
great.
have, Palmeiras, who almost, I'd say, played very well against Chelsea, almost took them out,
Good.
but not really.
That
And
Estevao goal was amazing, man. Oh
yeah,
my word.
Did he mean it?
Yeah. Where else
yeah,
would you
yeah, he
shoot
did.
it?
No, because it looked
Off the
like he was
bar,
trying to.
off the bar rebound. That's what we meant.
But yeah, it's finally nice to see a World Cup for the clubs where it's an actual World Cup. When you watch the
Yeah.
World Cup, you like watching Ecuador versus Serbia because it's the only game
Uh-huh.
that's on and it's the World Cup. Or, you know, Uzbekistan versus Jordan in the next year World Cup. People are gonna watch that
Hell
because it's
no.
the World Cup.
Hell no.
You
It's the
guys
only
for
Don't,
game.
sure.
I don't give me Uzbekistan. Do not give me Uzbekistan. They are a scary team.
There are arch nemesis. So it was the same thing for me in the Club World Cup. I saw that Mamelodi Sundowns were playing against Pachuca, and I was free, and
Yeah.
it's free on the zone. I was like, okay, why not? It's football at the end of the day. Now, was it a good game? No,
No.
it was not. It's pretty boring. But it was a football game, and I was free. So it's the same thing with the World Cup, where you watch a game that ends 0-0 and it's boring because it's between two nations you don't really care about,
Hmm.
but you're still happy because it's the World Cup. So it's nice for clubs to finally have something actually big that represents all of the world.
Continents. Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I
Would
add
you
one thing
change
real quick?
anything about it? Yeah.
Yes. Wait. I was gonna add. I was gonna say about this. Okay. First of all, the weather warning because that happened way too much.
The US
Like
should have never hosted the tournament.
there's a game. There's a game.
Exactly.
There's a
So should it have been in the US in the middle of
no,
June?
no, 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 no,
Hmm.
no. There's a game that I started watching at 11 p.m. Jordan time. Can you guess what time I stopped watching the game?
Oh,
You
4
never
a.m.
stopped.
4 a.m. I stayed up
4
to 4
a.m.
a.m. with
Hmm.
the game started at 11. By the way, like it's supposed to end at 1.
That was
No, no, no.
Benfica,
It ended at 4.
Chelsea,
Yeah,
Benfica, I
Chelsea
think.
Benfica.
Yep.
I was
But just
literally I was on the verge of ending my life after that Di Maria goal.
okay.
The halftime show did not make sense to me. Like, imagine, hear me out. Imagine being a PhD ultra, you're down 3-0 at the final, and then you just see Coldplay and Doja Cat performing. If
Yeah.
we were losing 3-0, I would have had the biggest head loss of my life seeing Coldplay. Even
Oh
though
yeah.
they're amazing, I adore them so much. It's not the time or place for it. Stop trying to Americanize the sport. That's my point.
What about hearing "Let's get ready to rumble" before the
That's amazing. No, no,
semifinals
no,
final?
no, no.
No,
That's I love
I
that.
like that.
I love
Keep
that.
that in.
Keep that. I like
Bring
that.
So
that to the
he's
trend.
fine.
And
We're
I
just
liked the
left
referee.
fine.
I liked the
And
referee
imagine
being
Burnley and
able.
Leeds. It's the most
Let's
useless
get
game.
ready to rumble.
Let's
At
get
that point,
ready.
they're actually gonna be fighting at that point.
Uh,
Proper Brexit ball.
Proper
Yeah,
soundbite.
the referee talking after a decision. I think that was cool. I
Mm.
think that should be
Oh,
And
implemented
the
more.
that's
referee
that's
cam.
needed. Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
the
the
referee
referee
cam where
cam.
it was on his
Yes,
head.
yes. It was on his head or chest.
No, it was
Was
on
it?
the speaker thing,
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
the
Oh,
I
headphones.
thought it would be here. Okay. Interesting. Oh no, that was cool. It's a great competition, but not in the US. Never again. Make it in Brazil. That would be cool as hell.
oh
In
yes, that's
Brazil
a
would
great
be nice.
suggestion.
Yeah, the
And what?
Brazilian teams.
When would you host it? That's a problem. Like, do you have a break? I don't know. Well, obviously depends on the country hosting it, but it's still perhaps felt like a bit of a preseason or postseason summer friendly because it was in the US, just like the
Hmm.
Prem Series tour that's about to start in the
Yeah,
summer. If you're doing
yeah.
it in December when they usually do it in Brazil or whatever it is, but like in a proper way, I feel like it's a different perception.
They might do it. Like I think Brazil already bid for the 2029 CFC. No, it's CWC. Sorry, they already bid for it, so they would do it in the summer directly after the season. It's gonna be every 4 years. So
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, the thing is,
uh,
Brazil's season is like they had to take a break. They had to stop the
Exactly.
Brazilian league for the Club World Cup.
Okay,
yeah,
but
I
how
think they do.
Now they're
flexible
playing.
is that? Like the same way we stopped, it wasn't ideal, I guess, but we all stopped for the World Cup in 2022.
Hmm.
You just had your season start maybe 1 or 2 weeks earlier in August and finish like back 20, 25 years ago, where we played actually less games. Serie A used to finish in the middle of June. And now we finish in the middle of May. So
Me.
as long as you give that space, but you do it in a different time where actually it
But the
seems like a
problem
bit
is,
more part of it.
like, I don't get okay. The weather thing is bad, but however, like, let's say they host it in Europe. Like, let's be real. The weather in Europe isn't any better. Like in Rome,
True.
when we were in Rome last summer, like in this time,
But it
it
was
was 40
August
degrees.
in Rome.
It, it was June. I came in June. I don't lie. I came in
Oh, the
June.
other one in June, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was 40 degrees Celsius in one of those days, and it is in Europe. The weather will be bad regardless wherever you play.
True.
It's so
But
maybe
in Europe, you
do
would
it
do
in
it at
Russia.
night.
Do it in Russia. Who
I don't
cares?
think they're gonna do it in Russia anymore.
Not right now.
I think they're busy.
No, but the
There's
problem was,
there's 4 more years for them,
so
so it's fine.
yeah, so in the US it's illegal to play like open in an open area to play any sport within like 7 miles of a thunderstorm.
Hmm.
So that's why they
Yeah.
kept stopping the games
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, there's a thunderstorm 7 miles
Why is there
away. Well,
thunderstorms? Why is there thunderstorms in
I
July?
don't know what happens in like Seattle or something, man. It's just random
It
ass weather.
happened in Charlotte when we were playing. Why in Charlotte of all place? Why are we playing in Charlotte?
Makes no sense.
What?
You can see behind me. It's like a sunny day now, Thursday, but
Yeah.
it's been the thing for 2, 3 days. You may
Wasn't
have
it
even
flooding
seen
yesterday?
the right. There was like the videos of Monday night. That was like literally thunderstorm and like the subway. They had to stop it because of how bad it was. This is New York, not even your most tropical city.
But the thing is, the solution was easy for the US. It was just close the roofs.
Close the roof.
If you close the roofs, you could have just kept on playing no matter what was happening.
What's
Oh,
the
yeah,
point
that's
And
of
all
having
true.
the
these
stadiums
billion
have
dollar
retractable
stadiums?
roofs because of
Right.
the NFL.
That makes so much sense. Why did they do that?
Rico,
Actually,
anything you would change like for the future Club World Cup? Like more
So
teams?
yes, I definitely like to see more teams. It was a breath of fresh air rather than watching boring UCL teams like Bayern and Real Madrid facing Salzburg and Shakhtar year in year out, complete
Bodo
passion.
Glim.
Exactly, we get to see insane Brazilian, Saudi Arabian, all these insane teams compete for one big title. It was so fun watching every step of the way. It was very fun. And from a fan's perspective, I'd like to see this tournament happen yearly, but we all know that's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, but it was I'd say like maybe controversial, but it's arguably maybe the most fun tournament bar the World Cup. Like World
Wow.
Cup has number one spot, Club World Cup is second place for me
I can
at
see
least.
that. I can
It
see
was
that.
very
Yeah.
fun to watch, an amazing watch, honestly. Maybe I'd change the qualification system.
Mhm.
Maybe I'd make more space for teams outside of Europe. Like
Okay.
maybe every league gets two spots instead of coefficient and all that stuff. And
Right.
yeah, that's it. I mean, it was a flawless tournament. But please, UEFA, مش UEFA, please, whoever organizes the FIFA, stick to
Yeah.
hosting Europe, please, for better time zones and weather. And other than that, insane tournament.
Oh
Chelsea
yeah.
deserved it. Chelsea deserved it, honestly. They had an insane path. Yes, some may
Insanely
say
easy, but
Mickey Mouse, but but
It's not our fault that Inter and Man City did not qualify. It's not our fault. They're the ones who lost to Fluminense and lost to to
yes.
Al Hilal.
Al Hilal.
But I'll have to say, regardless of your path to the final, if you put on a masterclass of a show, you deserve to win the title.
I'm
That's
gonna
my
tell you
opinion.
about a bet. I'm gonna tell you about a bet Rico and I made
Mm.
before the
Okay.
semi-final. Rico and I made a bet before the semi-final. I was confident that someone from Chelsea's side of the bracket is gonna win the Club World Cup. Rico
I was
said no
confident
way.
of the other side.
Not you
Yeah.
guys, but someone
So
from your side.
so
Yeah.
I bet $100 that someone would win from our side, and he bet he'd shave his hair. Take dog, take dog. Say
What you mean?
goodbye to
It
your
just grows
I may
back
be
quickly.
following our friend over here to Turkey.
go to Turkey.
It would be you have the
Uh,
barber directly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
uh, one last thing. Can I just add one
Okay.
last thing?
Yeah.
Auckland FC. Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
Yeah.
they
semi a,
did get
se-
a
a
draw
semi
in
pro
there.
team. A semi pro team actually did well against River Plate. Was it River
Yep.
Plate, right? Yeah, it was River Plate. Oh, no, Boca, right? Was it
Boca
Boca?
was Boca.
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 Yeah, Boca,
Boca.
Boca, Boca. They did well against Boca, 1-1. That's a great result. They should
Mhm.
be very proud. It's like probably the best moment of their history. So
Yep.
yeah,
Honestly, but that's the constructive way of looking at it because I'm in support of that. But then the ones who would hate the tournament be like, "Oh, you're hating on Shakhtar and the UCL. How dare you? They're Ukrainian." No, but you could have
Oh.
the Auckland team come into the tournament and like, oh, they get 10-0 by Bayern or whatever. But then the Brazilian teams, not that they're on the same level, of course, they actually make the upset and they actually make a run in the tournament. If they brought, I don't know, more Asian teams or more teams
Mhm.
uh, like besides Al Hilal, I think they could totally more compete with that. Also, because I'm certain that the next one, if they do it, will probably be Saudi Arabia or something like that with the money
Mhm.
that they're
oof,
ready to throw at it.
Mhm.
I would not put that past them. I really
Maybe
wouldn't.
more African teams, more Moroccan teams, more Algerian
Exactly.
teams, more
The
Korean
thing with
African
Exactly.
teams.
team, yeah.
the thing with Africa is the African Champions League. Al Ahly wins it almost every year,
Damn.
so, so it's hard to get an
And
African team to qualify.
they're actually a
True.
really good team, by the way. They're a really good team.
Yeah.
They performed well against Porto. They did well in their groups. It's a
Mhm.
shame they didn't make it out. Like Inter,
Mhm.
Yeah.
FIFA tried to script it for Messi, but it didn't work out. So yeah,
Yeah.
Also,
Tough.
same with Monterrey. Monterrey were very fun to watch, very
Mhm.
underrated. They didn't do much,
Ramos.
they didn't make any noise. But yeah, Sergio Ramos, Sergio Canales, two Real Madrid legends of different calibers, but two
In
Real
that
Madrid
order.
legends.
Ramos dunking on Inter Milan. What is new?
Nothing happened. Nothing changed.
And the
Okay.
last thing, the most important thing is the trophy just looks so good. I keep looking at
Yeah.
it right here
Yeah.
as Reese is holding
Yeah.
it. It's such a good looking
My
trophy.
captain. The badge is ugly
Oh,
though.
beast, James.
It's like every time there's a trophy, that's where Reece James starts playing again. Because it's
Mhm.
from the Champions League title to this one, and then he reappeared and had his performances again.
He
So
had a
are we
great
going to see
season.
him lift it even next year? And I want to move on to the next
Next
points about how
year.
you're how the Prem is heating up into
Mm.
next year. If what you were saying off air, literally, Issa, before this, we've seen
I'll give you a
Chelsea
quick
now looking
rundown.
hot fire. Right, do it.
Liverpool look insane. A great transfer so far. Man City have patched the holes in the team. They got a proper left back, a great midfielder, and Reindeers or whatever you say him.
Raider.
Ryan Shirky being an incredible bowler. They have talent. They have quality. Um, we look good, but I don't know if we look good enough. I don't know if we look
Chelsea
as good.
DNA.
I don't know if we look as good as the others though. But like you said, Chelsea DNA. We will bottle it against Burnley like 7-0 and then beat Man City 1-0 away. It's 100% gonna happen. And then you have Arsenal. I genuinely hate that club with undying passion, but they are a dumpster. They are a dumpster. They like taking our trash. That's where they belong, anyways. They that club is our retirement home, and I'm grateful for that 50 million they gave us for Maduki. So yeah,
What about
thank you,
Spurs?
Arsenal. Spurs, they're moving well. They're moving well. If they get
Spurs
Morgan
are
Gibbs
moving
White,
very well. Yeah.
if they get Gibbs White happen, if it actually happens, they'd look great. However, like I don't know if that's gonna happen or not anymore. And then you have
Yeah,
United.
Spurs are
And the
Spurs.
no, I'm not going to comment on United, their relegation team. To
You
prove
don't like
that,
the Puemo?
I saw someone comment on Twitter yesterday. Why is no lower side Premier League team trying to take a chance with Drogu or not Drogu? Sorry, Malasia. Someone replies to him, "My brother in Christ, you are the lower Premier League side." So like, they need a reality check. They need to rebuild. It's not gonna go well for them.
Not this year, maybe.
I think mid table is where they'll finish. Maybe eighth, maybe eighth. Yeah. So I see Liverpool and City fighting for the title.
Rico, how are you jumping into this? Who's having the better
Well,
summer, right?
I agree. Okay, so Liverpool definitely are having currently the best summer window of not just the Prem, of all clubs, of all leagues. And if they end up signing one of Isaac or Ekitike, I mean, that's a Galacticos right there.
But is
Galacticos
it the
They,
crazy.
same?
yeah, is
No,
it?
it's
Is
not
it
the
the
same.
same like signing Isaac versus signing our
No.
backwards name?
I mean, Isaac is calibers above Ekitike.
Exactly.
So, but then again, are Liverpool willing to break another transfer record in the same season
They
if they
are.
want to pursue
They
Isaac?
are.
So I think it's a bit
Ornstein.
obvious. Yeah, that's true. It's a bit obvious that Liverpool trying to hijack Ekitike to hinder Newcastle's move makes sense. But then again, I've seen something today that Newcastle are now targeting Issa from Brentford,
Hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah,
which
that is
could be a
correct.
clear indication that they need a replacement, which means Isaac can actually be sold.
It's a
So the
Callum
transfer
Wilson
window,
replacement. It's a
yes,
Callum
yes.
Wilson replacement, not an Isaac
But
replacement.
even then, if they end up keeping Diaz and Gakpo, they also serve as insane strikers, as everyone saw past season. They were great players. Complete, I'd say a complete front three for Liverpool. I wouldn't say unstoppable, but the best there is.
Mm.
Stop Will
And
on there.
listen, so when it comes to the Prem, it's one of Liverpool or Man City. Like they're definitely top two. And I may go as far as saying as Chelsea will make it top four, maybe third or fourth. And surprisingly, if Arsenal don't complete good signings this season, even with Gyökeres, I don't see Arsenal competing for top four. This may be
Ooh,
very controversial, but no, Arsenal are just not that team in my opinion.
that's a
They're
hot
just
take and
not
a
that.
half.
No,
That's a
no.
very big hot
Because
take.
yeah, because you have clubs like Tottenham making big moves, Newcastle making big moves. You have Nottingham Forest signing half of the Brazilian league.
That is so true.
So,
That is so true.
and when it comes to Arsenal and United, they're building a team that's still, in my opinion, not that convincing.
Mhm.
They cannot compete. I mean, phase 7 or 8 Arteta, come on. I think it's enough. It's enough.
It's
Arsenal
time
won't.
to go.
It's time to go. They have an insane centre back duo of Saliba and Gabriel, but nowadays that's not enough. I mean, what are you hoping to achieve with a front three of Saka, Gyökeres, and Madueke?
But
Like
excuse
in
yourself.
comparison to other front threes for City, Liverpool, arguably maybe Newcastle and top. So
How do you feel about it? Also, in terms of whatever rumors about Arsenal getting Rodrigo, which I think is
It's
a bit
not happening.
crazy. And
As
how do you feel about the Zubimendi signing?
Yeah, I mean, as a guy who's been pushing the Arsenal agenda for the past couple of
Right,
episodes by myself, I'd
but just
love it
by
if they get
yourself.
Rodrigo. I'd love it. I think if they get Rodrigo, they're winning the league. Like
Damn.
I'm stamping it.
Oh,
If they get
uh,
Rodrigo on the left,
time
they're
out,
winning the
chief.
league.
Time out,
time
chief.
out,
That's
buddy.
the last piece they need.
Time out, buddy. They're still
Well, you're
employed Kai
assuming they're
Havertz.
getting. You are also
Yo,
advocating for Sesko rather than Gyökeres. Now that it seems like they're more
Mhm.
towards the Swede,
Hmm.
how does that change that?
I mean, it changes it a bit just because Joker is still, more proven than Sesko. Sesko kind of needs time. He could be a flop in his first season and then bounce back in the second. But Jokeris is more proven. He fits what Arteta needs from his striker, where he wants someone who can just confidently hit the ball whenever he gets the chance to, which isn't really what Havertz does. Havertz likes to move around with it a bit, try to find a pass, strikes it awkwardly. Jokers is just, if you're gonna put the ball in front of him in the box, his first touch is gonna be the shot. He's
He's
not
not a
gonna
Haaland
take a
type player.
touch to do anything. He's gonna shoot it immediately as soon as he sees it. So, and he's gonna shoot it well. He's gonna shoot it very well. So, I think Arsenal are gonna surprise most of us here, mo- people listening, and us for next season, especially if they keep up their defense. They were the best defense in the league the last 2 years. Conceded the least amount of goals. So they just need to get an attack going. They just need to find a way to score. I mean, last season they didn't have a single double-digit scorer in the Premier League. Havertz had
That's
nine. It
funny.
was their top scorer with 9 goals. That was the first time since 1925 that Arsenal haven't had a double-digit goal scorer.
100 years.
This is a stat I've never known. Oh my
Yeah,
lord!
Yeah,
that's a new
You've
one.
given me the perfect slander. Oh my god! Thank you,
I mean, to be fair,
Nick. If
Saka was injured for like half of the
Nick, if
season.
you're watching this, your club is washed, buddy.
I am sorry, Nick, but you're not winning anything this season.
Nick, I'm the only one with you, buddy. The
Every
only
time
one
you
with-
every time you root for a player, they go wrong. You rooted for
That is
Jackson,
true.
and Jackson turned out to be
That is
trash.
true. Oh, sorry, Estevao.
Oh god,
It's
we're cooked.
over for
We're cooked.
Estevao.
We're cooked. Never
I
mind.
think.
Essam always makes good judgment.
Yeah, I think that's mainly more the points. I wanted to cover also the striker market, but I feel like we've talked about it most of where these guys seems to be going. That could maybe be
Mhm.
a good final wrap up question. I'll just say
Yep.
names and you tell me what club or if they're staying is the destiny for these guys. Beginning with I feel at this point Gyökeres,
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Arsenal
Mhm.
Saudi
happening,
Pro League.
Isa,
Saudi Pro League.
Saudi Pro League. That's a good transition because my next one was, according to recent rumors, Sesko.
Staying.
Stays.
I think stays or goes to like a
Stays.
mid-table team somewhere in Europe.
Ain't no
What
way a
mid
mid-table team putting 100 million for
right?
him. Ain't no
What
way.
mid-table team
I
is
mean,
gonna
you
sign
never know. Some of these
Sesko?
mid-table prem clubs be
I
spending,
mean,
bro.
Dortmund can swoop him. They haven't made a single signing yet.
100 million? What do you
I
mean?
know. They'll probably get him for less.
Probably for less. Yeah, it has to
Mhm.
be at that point. Okay. Speaking of that amount, what about Darwin Nunes?
Napoli.
Saudi.
Saudi
Chinese
Saudi.
league.
directly. Chinese league. He's getting ready to learn the
Ship him to
language.
China.
I think Napoli makes sense. Were they interested in him for a long period of time?
No, not
Yes,
anymore. Came out
but
yesterday.
they just
Oh.
signed the other Italian striker, which honestly I don't understand. I don't know how expensive Darwin was probably going to be, but
What
signing
about
this
Juve?
guy who's Juve is the like random one in this whole equation of like who they could be. In fact, my next name could totally be Vlahovic. Do you just see him staying?
Mm,
Because I don't think so.
He's
no,
out already. He's out already, isn't he? Didn't they terminate his
he's, he,
contract?
No,
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 I don't
he's
think so. But he's not a part of the main plans for next season.
correct.
Hmm.
Saudi.
No, I see
Uh,
Vlahovic continuing in an Italian team probably.
that's a
Back to
very
Back to
good pick.
Fiorentina.
Fiorentina, maybe just go back to
Back
where
to
it all
Fiorentina.
started.
Yeah, why
Fiorentina
not?
is well, it depends. Okay, on what's happening to Moise Kean because he seemed also a Saudi
Mm.
direction.
Mm,
What about Atlanta? Atalanta, I mean, sorry. Would Atalanta look at Vlahovic?
maybe.
Both could be options for them too because they did just sell Retegi for
Hmm.
literally to Saudi, and they're in the process of potentially selling as well Lukman to Inter.
Lookman. Yeah.
So that would open up a spot too. I wouldn't be surprised if Vlahovic, as you were saying, Rico, could go to Milan to
Yep.
find Allegri again.
Of
So that
course.
could be,
Mhm.
Of
but like on a
course. Of
shitty
course.
loan deal or something like
Yeah,
that. Like
probably,
Low,
because Juve
low
would
plus
probably
10
value
million
him.
option.
Yeah.
okay, but what about Nicholas Jackson then, Isa?
Nicholas Jackson to Aston Villa. Here we go. give
Oh,
me
to
Morgan.
Villa.
Give me Morgan Rogers in return. I'll be good.
Oh, that would
If
be
you
a
pull
deal.
that off,
Yeah.
Watch.
That would
you
be
manage to pull that off.
something.
This is gonna be our last outfield signing for the summer. Watch.
Surprisingly, no noise on Morgan Rogers this window,
I
given his
promise there is
insane season.
there is noise. There's a lot of noise, but you're not looking at the right places.
Maybe.
There is
You're not
noise
like
from Chelsea.
As your
there is a lot
fourth
of
rotation winger, yeah, sure.
actually not rotation winger, rotation cam and winger. At that point, yeah,
That's
get because we're gonna play 70 games this season, buddy. We're gonna need
you
all the
hope.
players.
I
You
mean,
hope.
Champions
Jackson under Emery was insane for
Yeah,
Villarreal. So
it's a win-win. I'd see it. I see it as a win-win for both parties. Anyways, you
Uh,
guys, Biko.
uh, yeah, I think
um,
I've covered all.
I think he either stays or, as Issa said, goes to Aston Villa. He wants to go back to his favorite coach.
I saw the
We need
United rumors. I don't know how true those are.
that would be
Oh,
so
bro,
funny.
if that happened,
I'd love
that would
that.
be
I'd
so
love
funny.
that. I'd love that so much. You don't understand how much I'd
With
laugh.
with with Stegen as their keeper as well. Lovely.
Well,
Just
yeah,
taking it
because then what happens to Hoyland and Xerxes?
to
Probably.
Saudi.
Xerxes stays.
Indian
Xerxes
league.
definitely stays.
Send them both to Saudi right now.
No, they don't even
You're acting
deserve
like
Saudi
Saudi
money.
can buy all of these players, like all the strikers in the doubt. It seems like that's the bin where they all go now.
all these clubs need to find their own Arsenal because we're like we're blessed to have Arsenal.
Yeah, we have our United. We're good.
Yeah, yeah, you do actually. Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
Well, that's not where Rodrigo would be going. You actually think so? Rodrigo Arsenal?
I'd love for Rodrigo to go to Arsenal. Yeah, hopefully not to United because
Okay,
that.
if it's not Arsenal, as I'm seeing some heads shaking, does he just stay in Madrid and fights for his spot?
I mean, the thing is, the
Maybe.
club is okay with him leaving,
Bayern Munich.
but Bayern could also be an option. I
True.
know Alonso would love to have someone like Rodrigo. The thing is, where do you put him right now? No one knows where he fits in, and the club is like, okay, if you want to leave, it's totally understandable. You can leave.
Mhm.
I can
This is
see a
not this is not
scenario.
your place.
I can see a scenario where they tell him stay till January, see if you can fit in Alonso's system. If
Probably.
it doesn't work out, we'll let you go in January to whoever bids for you or wherever you want to go. At least
I,
like give Alonso a chance.
exactly, yeah. Give
Sort
Alonso a
of
Actually,
chance
like
to see what Rodrigo can do.
it's like the Odegaard story. He moved in January, I think, to
Mhm.
Arsenal,
Hmm.
and then proved
Yep,
himself, and then they signed him back.
oh,
Go figure. That would be
yep,
a
yeah,
big January transfer.
Yep.
And Osimhen, does he actually go to Turkey?
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes. That will
I'd say it's
definitely
100.
be finalized. Yeah.
I'd say it's
Insane,
100%. I give it a
insane.
week and it's gonna be very good.
And to wrap it up, and I think that would be the best ending note, the best of them all, Evan Ferguson from Brighton.
Isn't he at West Ham already?
No, it was
He
on
was on
loan.
loan. He was on
Uh,
loan for like 6 months and didn't even play because he's still injured from his torn ACL or whatever
what
it
a
is.
dread spill!
I
What
mean,
a dread
Pedro's
spill
gone.
But he's coming home with
to you guys.
Is
yeah,
he?
to us to be our backup to Dobik, and watch him outperform him or something, and then
Let's
we're
go.
inserting a clause for 45 million or something
No,
like that.
he's gonna be injured for 4 months out of the season. Don't worry.
That's fine.
2 years ago, Chelsea inquired for Evan
A
Ferguson.
hundred
They were
million?
they were quoted 100 million. What dark times you used to live in.
No, it's because you guys will pay that. That's why they tell you those prices.
They're
No,
smart.
we didn't pay that though.
No, but you would. You would pay that. If Brighton
For
tells you a
You,
price.
Ferguson?
isn't
I
that when you
don't.
spent 100? No, it wasn't obviously the same summer
No, no,
because it
no.
was January. But that's when you spent 100 on
I say
Mudrik and then Caicedo. So you had
Oh,
already
100
spent.
on Modric.
The Mudrik signing, we can all agree is a charity to the Ukraine war. That's it. We
Ah,
can all
sure.
agree. Yeah, we
Whatever
can
helps
agree
you
it's a
sleep at
charity.
night, buddy.
And we can also agree that Caicedo is worth double what we paid for, and so is Enzo Fernandez.
And another.
Send another zero to Fulham as well for Tozen. So yeah,
for Uncle Tozen.
for Unk,
Honest
keep on. I love Unk.
best player in the conference league.
Take Ferguson, please take him. Kill those rumors. Make sure he's not at Brighton.
Oh no, definitely not. And he would probably dominate in the slow old Italian league. So
The old
maybe
man
that's
league.
where he regenerates. We'll see. If even Tammy scored like 20 league goals per season, I'm sure he can
He
do it
did.
too. Yeah, I think 17 and like 27 full comps or something like that.
What?
His first full season with us when he was
What the
all
fuck?
hyper energetic.
He was so bad.
Different story, different time. All right, guys, we'll update in a few weeks. Check how the Prem uh, preparations will be going, and we'll go from
Hmm.
there. Thank you for
Yep.
coming on, and see you next time.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.
Anytime.
We hate Arsenal. We hate